Capricorn Risings December 2022 does start pretty internal, pretty quiet, more on the inside, but by the end of the month, focus is on you, major glow up time. Not kidding. If you're excited to dive into how this December 2022, the last rising sign video of this year, is going to play out in your life, do make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're always updated for what the stars have in store for you. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Maren. In this video, I'm using the tropical zodiac and whole sign houses as I'm using Western astrology techniques, particularly ancient Hellenistic. And if you would like to look into my courses or reading availability, I will have those linked down below. Might be booked up, might not be open right now, but I will have things that you can check into if you'd like to learn more. So we started the month from the 1st to the 2nd with Mercury in your 12th house squaring Neptune in your 3rd house. There's a lot of planets in your Sagittarius 12th house, and the 12th house is around mental health, privacy, even addictions or afflictions. It's a very internal, more spiritual or psychological part of the chart. So we do start off on a very internal note of considering your mental health, your spirituality, habits, or addictions that you do feel like you need to either revise or go back and alter. And with a square to Neptune in your 3rd, your day-to-day routine is making it confusing on how to deal with these things, that you feel like you need to go. There's not really an end to things, so it's making it difficult to be very clear with how you're addressing your mental health or going inward during this time. Then on the 1st, Venus in your 12th house will oppose Mars in your 6th house. Looks like you're either reconsidering something around health or working to benefit your health in a way that took reversing habits. Like you're working on something health-wise, and that is impacting your mental health. So it's not as if you shouldn't do this, but it's showing that the physical changes you're making are impacting your mental health, or your coworkers and people that you're working around or you've hired. Those coworkers or employees are bringing some difficulty to your mental health. On the 4th, Venus in your Sagittarius 12th house will score Neptune in your 3rd house. This is showing that things could be too good to be true with your mental health and with being able to get everything done. If it feels like you might be able to just, I want to address that, I'll just keep going, I'll keep working. This does show that maybe don't get your hopes up, maybe really do go back and focus on the mental health side of things to start out the month. Then you can return to being productive when things are a little bit more grounded. Hope I remember that. On the 7th, there is a full moon in your Gemini 6th house. Now, this full moon is pretty aggressive. It is conjunct Mars, and this is in an area of your chart around physical health and coworkers. So if there's an ending to a chapter around diet or exercise or something health-wise, that could be pretty aggressively, startlingly ending. Or if there's something around like firing or hiring coworkers that's ending, could be it looks very aggressive, and it looks like it's either around your health or around coworkers. Now, on the 8th, the sun in your 12th house will oppose Mars in your 6th house. Again, your mental health is being challenged by a priority of health or around your coworkers. One of those is just causing trouble. And on the 9th, Venus enters your Capricorn 1st house. So with Venus in your 1st house, this is a lovely time to just focus a little more on your appearance, put yourself out there. It's likely you will probably get more numbers or more DMs. I love to have Venus in the 1st house. It's a lovely, very attractive, harmonious energy. And on the 14th to the 15th, the sun in your 12th house will score Neptune in your 3rd house. Now, this is not the end of the world, but it does keep reactivating how focusing on mental health is leading to some confusion in how you're actually going to do that because of how much your routine is demanding of you. On the 17th to the 18th, Mercury in your 1st house will trine Uranus in your 5th house. This is great for you being the main character. You're taking action, you're speaking up about something, and it is very suddenly well received by either the person you're dating or in terms of your creative project, that you are doing a lot that's very well received by whoever you're dating or by something you're working on creatively. On the 20th, Jupiter is re-entering your Aries 4th house. So over the summer, Jupiter, which is planet of growth and expansion and optimism, was in your 4th house of family or living situation, and now it's re-entering that. So you're returning to either growing your family, spending time with your family, or growing a focus on home and settling down. On the 21st to the 22nd, the sun in your 1st house will square Jupiter in your 4th house. So whatever you're bringing to the table and whatever your priority is right now is really helping out your family unit. Like you are really helping out your family, your family's thankful, very optimistic tie between you and your chart and your family and your chart. On the 22nd, Venus in your 1st house will trine Uranus in your 5th house. This is also lovely for you, and dating or love life looks like it's going very, very well, very suddenly as we end the month. Not that that shouldn't be expected for most of you. For me, it would be wow, that would be interesting. It could also be a creative project or just going well. Then on the 23rd, there's a beautiful new moon in your Capricorn first house. This new moon is definitely a glow up new moon. It has Mercury, Venus. I mean, there's a lot going on in your first house. So these are times of new beginnings around either our physical appearance or our character and our energy. So if there's something you've been wanting to start, I would not hesitate, as it could be a great time to embark on that and be very well received during the holidays. On the 29th, Mercury will station retrograde in your first house. Mercury retrogrades in the first house are inconvenient because usually it's everything we're trying to say gets misconstrued and just thrown, taken out of context. Girl, I know how that is. It's more difficult around communication, but it's not the end of the world. Then on the 31st, we end the month with Venus in your first house, conjunct Pluto. This is very intense for love and attraction and people maybe obsessing over you. So we do end the month on a very intense, it could be like maybe you're doing a very dark photo shoot. Very Venus Pluto is like dark, Hades, Persephone, like grungy looks. It could be that. It could also be some intensity around relationships. So we do end the month on a little bit of a darker note, but the rest of the month, really lovely time for you to have the focus on you. If you have any thoughts or comments you want to share about how this December sounds for your life, do let me know down below. I read almost everything that I can. On the subways, usually my comment reading time, and I'm always interested in hearing about how this is showing up in your life. So do let me know down below. And I hope that this is a fun month for you, as I like the astrology of this month. I'm excited for it. The tarot card that we have here for Capricorn Risings is the Chariot. So the Chariot is a card around what you have to protect you and what your values are that surround you. So with Jupiter re-entering your Aries 4th house of family, I think that this does show that you're thinking more about family and that you're going back to spend more time with them and focus on that as we start 2023. Crazy to think that it was just a few years ago, alone in my NYU dorm room, that I was filming like 2017, 2018. I don't know if I don't remember the exact videos, but like that was me back then and this is me today, 2022. So small world. I will see you in the next one though, next year technically. Take care. There is one